Scorpio, happy August 2017. This is Dark Dove Tarot. Hope everybody's doing fantastic. I apologize for the delay, but my parents were in town. I haven't seen them in a long time, so it was super important. Took me away from everything, including my 9 to 5 for about a week, just trying to enjoy their company. I am, however, going to do something different in the middle of the month. So hopefully that makes up for it a little bit. As you know, I move pretty quick. I have a lot to say. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Also, general read. So check your sun, moon, and rising, because some months those will resonate more with you than others. Any likes, subscribe, comments are appreciated. Private reading, donation information is all in the description below. Again, I've changed the reads. Probably the last time I'll let you know. This is for singles and anybody looking to reconcile. Generally focusing on singles because those are the people who contact me with most questions, ask for private reads. So those are probably the people most likely watching my videos. Again, Scorpio, August 2017. Hope you guys are doing great. And let's get started. All right. So we always start with the position coming into the month, and you have the 10 of Cups. That's family, peace, joy, happiness. So if you're single, this tells me that a lot of you are spending time with your family. Maybe because here in the U.S., a lot of kids go back to school next month or at the end of this month, and you're doing a lot of family time, vacations. This also tells me that you're kind of feeling just good in general, peaceful. So some of you who are dating are not only doing things you love with your family, doing things you love with your friends, but I feel like you're just kind of dating and enjoying it. Yes, there's been a little bit of a rocky edge, I get, maybe almost a little overwhelming because you've had a lot of suitors, a lot of opportunity, but I really just feel like you're at peace with it all. Kind of like, if I find the one, great. If I don't find the one, it's okay. I've got a great family. I've got a good support system in life in general. And so you're just kind of finding happiness in things around you, and you're really positive this month. So that's definitely a good way to do the dating scene, because it can be a train wreck, let's face it. And I feel like some of you have dealt with train wrecks, as we all have, and you're just not letting it get to you anymore, or at least for this month. That's not going to be perfect, obviously. And this is coming into the month. We'll see what happens with cards, but I'm hoping a positive momentum kind of flows through. I know a lot of Scorpios, and they generally just really deserve it. Sometimes they, deal with a lot of crap, and they just keep going through it. They're generally just really good people. So I think that you deserve somebody fantastic. And I think that the 10 says, you know it, and you're feeling it. If you're looking to reconcile, this could be that maybe a divorce is on the horizon. It's not anymore. I feel like you've been in contact. Maybe, there was hesitation about having a family, having kids, bringing together a family, getting married, those types of things. And maybe you're working it out, or maybe that's something you want and there's just been communication and you feel that that's positive. I feel like this goes the same way though as it does for singles, that you're kind of at peace too. So if it works out, it does. And if it doesn't, you're not worried, because you realize that what's most important is your kids, your family, your friends, those you call family that may not always be, blood relatives. So let's see what the cards say. The next card you have is going to be any internal factors, anything that may help or hinder your position coming in the month. And you have the Queen of Coins. So the Queen is very positive. This person is very maternal, practical. They're very nurturing, generous. So this ties directly into this family card here with the 10. If you are single, I cannot help but think that you're looking for somebody who could be a good mother or father figure. And I feel like maybe you've met somebody who falls into that, and you're just kind of at peace and being patient and seeing how things go. You're not committing to anything. They're not committing to you, but maybe you've found somebody that you think that commitment could be there with, because this is, nurturing. So it's being practical at the same point. So I think you're being very practical. You're kind of deciding whether the person you're dating is somebody you could see yourself having kids with, or bringing around your kids, or you being around their kids. So this is very motherly energy. Again, I think it's really influencing who you're looking for when you're dating, and also could be somebody you've met, or maybe one or two people that you've met that you feel like would be a good fit with you and your family, and something you feel kind of strongly about, some of you. If you're looking to reconcile, I feel like you're being generous with your heart and your love right now. I feel like even if there were sour times in the past, you're kind of feeling like you can overcome that. And family, again, plays a big tie in this. So maybe it's family that brought you back together, or maybe it's kids that brought you back together, or heck, maybe some of you found out you're pregnant and that brought you back together. But there's definitely a lot of parental energy, family energy, and it's generous, it's sweet, it's positive, it's peaceful. So the first two cards coming into the month, I hope that resonates with you, because that's always an awesome feeling, right? The next card you have is your distant past, and you have the Two of Swords. So distant past is, I always explain this, and so I'll only explain it one more time, and then going forward you'll probably understand why I bring it up. But the distant past is important because these are traits or things that you've been through that maybe come up this month. Maybe something you remember, maybe a feeling you have, maybe realizing that something was good in a past relationship, and you want to hone in on that when meeting somebody new. Or it could be feelings that you need to stay away from particular people because you've ended a cycle and you've made changes, and so you don't want to be stuck in those situations. So this card always just kind of reminds you of something to pay attention to for that month. The Two of Swords is about stalemate. It's about duality, making choices. So almost feeling your hands are tied. So I feel like some of you went through a pretty hard divorce or breakup, and you felt like your hands were tied. Like you didn't get to make that decision. It was just kind of a stalemate. Things weren't going well. I feel like maybe you had questions that needed answered, and you wanted to know, why isn't this working? What's going on? And you were just kind of left out in the cold, and you didn't get to make the choice. Your hand was pushed. You were forced into divorce or forced into breaking up. And you didn't really get any closure. And I think that is something, you're being very careful of here, finding peace and joy and paying attention to how you feel and who would be really good to fit into your family or to start a family with. And I think that that's something that's super important to you, because this was, you thought you knew somebody and you had no clue, because they turned out in the end to be something completely different. Manipulative, secretive, almost like leading a double life. So for some of you, it was hard, and you just swear up and down you're not going to do that your family is worth too much to you, that yourself is worth too much, that just your life in general deserves a positive person, and that's what you're kind of thriving to bring into your life. So I think the best thing you can get out of it is to make sure you don't fall into those patterns. Read the red flags, weed out the bullshit, and know that you're making the right choice. That's what it comes down to, is decision making, and at the end it's your decision to make. So whether you're single or looking to reconcile, whatever you do this month and the next 2 months playing out in your single life or your reconciliation, it's your decision, and you have the choice here. It feels like the power's in your hand regardless, and you'll make what you want happen. But don't fall back into old habits, and don't trust your gut. If you feel like you're being swindled, you're being swindled. Just, go with your instinct. Scorpios are very intuitive. The next card you have is your more recent past, over the past few weeks, and you have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very strong. This person is all about, being truthful, they're very intellectual, and they see things for what they are, and they're always fair in that. And so if you're single, I think you are seeking somebody, you are looking for somebody who's genuine and truthful. And I feel like you may have found one person that qualifies, maybe one or two. If not, you will be meeting them soon. The past few weeks, though, you've been pretty, you're just truthful about what you want. You're putting it out there, and if you're not finding it, or if maybe you're going on a date with somebody and they're just, they're like, why don't want to go on another date? You're just kind of being honest about it and saying, look, it's not a fit. You're being honest with them, but you're being honest with yourself too. You know right away. Scorpios are intuitive like Cancers, right? You feel in your gut, this person's a good fit for me or they're not. I mean, sometimes you can walk up to somebody and if your skin crawls, you know immediately it's just not for you. So this is all about being smart about things. Just, being smart, having faith in yourself, making good decisions. If you're looking to reconcile, I feel like some of you may be seeking answers. Some of you may just want to find out exactly what's going on. And I feel like you're kind of, the past few weeks, you're kind of going, okay, like, let's be fair to each other. Can we make this work or can we not make this work? Or, if there was some sort of scandal, like adultery or whatnot, you're kind of just wanting that. It's almost like some of you might even be willing to forgive it, and maybe it wasn't something like cheating, maybe it was a lie or something and it got blown out of proportion. I'm not saying that's for everybody. For some of you it could have been pretty devastating, but I feel like some of you are saying, okay, if you just come clean with me, if you just talk to me, if you just communicate with me, if you just, be real with me, give me the lowdown, what's going on, what do you want, then I'll be fair. I'll be fair in my answer. I'll be fair in, if we get back together, I won't hold this against you. I won't, we'll get over the past and we'll make things happen. But I feel like some of you are just pulling teeth to get answers, and not answers just in general. Like some of you are like, what happened? We were, getting ready to plan a family, or we were getting ready to do certain things and you got cold feet, or you decided it wasn't for you. Some of you are feeling left out in the cold. Although I do have a feeling a lot of you have been contacted, or you've contacted the person and you're starting to get the truth. Whether it's a good truth or bad truth, we'll see what the spread says, but you're kind of finally feeling like maybe you're getting some answers, and then you can make a decision from that on whether you want to stay with that person or whether they want to stay with you. The next card you have is over the next few months, and you have the moon. So this is your future possibilities over the next few months, not just in August. And the moon is about seeing things that are real and seeing things that are not real. So basically figuring out what is fake and what is true, which is interesting because that goes with the king. So the moon is about fear, illusions, dreaming. That's the technical, side of it. And so if you're single, I think you fear that, it's very interesting because it's similar to Cancer in that aspect, that for this month, that I think you fear that maybe you will be put in this situation again, and so you're being very cautious. But I'm just going to heed the warning that don't create illusions that are not there. Don't make somebody have red flags that don't exist. Don't read into things that aren't there. Now, this card is also about dreaming. So I think if you're single, you are dreaming. And maybe you're dreaming about this, the happy family, the joy, the peace, the combining families, the possibility of meeting somebody to have kids with, get married with, white picket fence, if that's your dream. Your dream could be to live on a private island, and that's somebody you've got to find. Everybody can dream what they want. But so the moon is about having those dreams and making them a reality and not letting your fear get in the way, but also don't be illusional, like disillusioned about it almost. Like don't assume there are things that are there that are not, because Scorpios can tend to worry a little bit sometimes and maybe think something's going on when it's not, or feel like you're not seeing the big picture, or maybe you think, well, this person's too good to be true, there's got to be something hiding there, and so you're creating a negative aspect and you don't need to. So for the future, I think it looks good because the dreams are there. You have the potential to make them a reality. Just don't muck them up with any fear or illusions. If you're looking to reconcile, I think this is 50-50 toss-up over the next few months, because I feel it's very similar in the fact that you have some fears and doubts, and rightfully so. Some of you were screwed, and some of you were lied to, and then some of you, maybe that illusion built up into something a lot bigger, like a mountain out of a molehill type situation. Molehill, where it's like, maybe you thought you heard something or saw something, or, it's weird. I get somebody saying, well, I saw your boyfriend or your girlfriend over at this person's house or at the movies with this person or whatever, and you just, what? And you cheater, you liar. And maybe it wasn't what you thought it was, and so you've got to be really careful, like I said to singles, about making something of nothing. If like your partner backed off and said, well, I need space, maybe you were planning a marriage or a family or something like that, and if they backed off and needed space, don't read into it as they hate me, they don't love me. There could be a plethora of reasons. The problem is, I don't feel like they've communicated it well, and so you're left on the edge of, should I be worried? Should I not be worried? Should I be running for the hills, or should I just be patient? So I think the next few months, that's what you're going to have to practice, is patience. Because in order to see what the truth is and what's really in front of you, you've got to be patient. If you don't give a crap and you're tired of it, then, and you feel like maybe they're playing games and therefore you're always feeling like you're seeing things through smoke or fog, then I would suggest moving on. The next card you have is your immediate future, so over the next few weeks into August, and you have the 8 of Coins. So this tells me that you're shifting. So if you're single, you do want something special, whether it's family, whether it's a private island, whether it's a dog, a dog run or something. Whatever it is, you're going to work hard towards it. This card is about stamina. It's about being dutiful. It's about putting in hard work. So whatever it is you want, you're going to put the work into. You're going to date. You're going to look for and seek out what you truly want. But you're also getting your ducks in a row. The 8 of Coins says that you realize that if you want to meet somebody that has all their shit together, you've got to get yours together too. So financially try and get things organized. I mean, people say financially stable, and then sometimes I'm like, does anybody know exactly what that is, right? They say even now $1 million is nothing. I mean, I know that's kind of rambling, but it's true. Financially stable is only as good as what it brings to your life and what you consider financially stable, but it's definitely important. So the 8 of Coins stresses that you will be mindful of a lot of things, that you will be working hard at your job, in your home life, with your kids, with your family, kind of like you're working hard to maintain a lot of things, and what you put out into the universe, you know that you'll get back, and so you're being that dutiful person, you're being that workman, and you're trying to exercise good, kind of good balance. And you kind of foresee the future as, I want kids, I want a husband, I want a wife, I want a house, so what do I need to do to get there? So you're going to date, but on top of that, you're also looking at the bigger picture. If you're looking to reconcile, this almost tells me that you're putting your head into work and taking it out of that reconciliation. You're saying, I got a lot of crap to do. I don't have time for this mess. I don't have time for the ups and downs. I don't have time for the unclear direction we're going in. I feel like, again, some of you may have been seeking these answers. You may or may not have gotten any. Maybe you're starting to, but you're just kind of like, I'm going to focus on work. I'm going to focus on my family. I'm going to focus on what I need to focus on myself too. And if you got answers for me later, or if you have something to say, then say it and we'll get to it. But right now, I have other things to work on. The next card you have is going to be any future external factors. So anything that could possibly be tangible throughout the month. It could be in the beginning, middle, end. It could flow throughout or only hit, at one point. You have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen is somebody who is very passionate. They have confidence. They have a high level of ferocity. They're creative. They're just feeling pretty feisty. And so I think that if you're single, this is how you're going to be externally representing yourself. You're going to be representing yourself who's, I've got it all together. I'm working my butt off. I know what I want. I'm going to look past the illusions. I've got a good family. I've got hopes. I've got dreams. You want me? Come and get me. I'm the whole package. I'm showing myself to you. I'm showing myself to the world. I'm showing myself to the dating world. I'm just representing that who you see is who I want to be and what you're going to get. And you're very capable. And you're confident in that. And I think, Scorpio, it's going to be important because I feel like there are going to be ups and downs in the dating. There are going to be people that you come across that you're not sure whether they're, BSing you or not. And I think that you're just going to have this passion for finding what you want, that you might get creative in different ways to find it. Maybe, if an outdoor sport or something's really important to you, you are going to be, you know, hell-bent to find some sort of online group that represents what you're looking for. And you're just going to kind of make things happen and tweak it if you have to. If online dating's not working, you're going to do meetup groups. If that doesn't work, you're going to find, you know, a bowling club or gaming or whatever it is you're into. And you're not afraid to show the universe what you have to offer because you've got it all lined up. You're going to have it all lined up. If you don't, you're working on the finances, you're working on work, you're working on your family, you're kind of feeling at peace again, and it's vibrant, and it's going to show this month. If you're looking to reconcile, this actually makes me feel like two things. Either you're going to be super passionate in getting that person back, or they're going to be passionate in getting you back. And I think it could be a toss-up, Scorpio. Usually, like I get the cards will tell kind of who wronged who, but this I feel like it could be a toss-up. And I always get emails from people who are like, well, it was them, or it was, you know, and so again, whoever it was, I feel like maybe you or they are coming up with a creative way to show that they love you or to show that they've changed. I feel like some of you did need somebody to change in order for you to feel that love for them again. However, on the flip side of this, I feel like this may be you saying, again, I'm going to stick my head in work. I don't have time for games. And I'm feeling good. You don't want me, somebody out there does. I can find somebody who appreciates me, loves me, and I have passion to give, and I'm going for it. So right now, Scorpio, it feels like this month you may be feeling like moving in an opposite direction of somebody you're looking to reconcile might be actually boosting your spirits because they've been holding you back, or you've been consumed in making it happen or getting them back, that you've let go of what's really important, which is you. The next card you have is going to be any internal factors that you'll feel throughout the month of August. Again, it could be throughout the month, it could be, you know, smack dab in the middle, and you have temperance. So this is about balance, it's about compromise, it's about moderation. So I think if you're looking to reconcile, this tells me immediately that some of you are going, okay, I'm going to go out, I'm going to date, I'm going to meet people, I'm not playing any games, I'm going to work hard. But if they come back to me and they say, this is what happened, this is how I feel, this is what I want, and they can communicate with me, you're going to compromise. You're going to feel comfortable in compromising. You're going to feel comfortable in finding that balance between each other. If they don't, you're going to be comfortable in your decision to let them go and move on. You're going to feel very calm, cool, and collected with either decision, because I feel like you've kind of weighed the pros and cons, and you're just not willing to give up yourself and what you deserve anymore. If you're single, this is about balance, moderation, compromise as well, but in a different aspect, because this is about you learning to balance this sexy person and work and family and doing everything in moderation. So yeah, you're going to blow some steam. You're going to go out and have fun. If you drink, you might have drinks. If you know, go play games, you're going to go play games. If you bowl, if you, whatever, you get what I'm saying. You know, if you skydive or if you're an adrenaline junkie, you're going to go blow some steam and bungee jump, as people still do that a lot. You know, but at the same time, you're honed in on balancing out your life, getting ready for what I feel like might be the biggest compromise of your life, learning to love somebody, letting them love you, and knowing that it's hard work and dedication, but if what you truly want is peace and family and joy, you will get that. But you're going to have to learn that it's not going to be a fairy tale all the time, that there are going to be ups and downs, and you're kind of understanding that you can't just look for perfection and hope that, you know, if you get together with somebody, it's always going to be perfect, because that's not reality. That's the illusion. This goes perfectly into it, because it says basically this person that you meet, that you're going to meet, may disappoint you. And guess what? That's okay, because you're going to disappoint them too. It happens. The next two cards you have are your hopes and fears for the end of August. You have the Two of Swords and your outcome for August. And you have the Fool. Okay, So the Two of Swords is very good because this feeds into your Queen. The Two of Swords is about planning, goals, fierceness, looking into the future. This tells me that you're just on fire, Scorpio. Really, this is what it is. You know what you want. You don't want any illusions, and you don't want to create them again on your own. You only want to be fearful if there is something like you find out they're, a drug addict or something, then, be fearful. But don't read into anything that's not there, like I said. But be passionate, be confident in your abilities, confident in what you're maintaining, the balance you're maintaining, the things that you're changing in your life. And, look forward. This is somebody who's single, but they know destiny is on the horizon, and they know what they want to see at the end. They know what's important to them, whether it's a big family, 2 dogs, picket fence, or again, buying your own private island, or moving to Hawaii with, somebody you love, or whatever you want. You're confident that you can find it, and you're going to be heading in the right direction and planning goals. And they're realistic. It's nothing you can't attain. It's just saying that you're making things happen, and that's very positive. It's a good stride to be in if you're single and looking. If you're looking to reconcile, I think this same thing as the Temperance. You're willing to compromise. You're willing to make plans. You're willing to develop that relationship again if that's what's good for you. You're going to know in your gut if it's not. And if it's not, I think you're planning to move the other direction. I think that you're going to develop goals, and you're going to look forward, and you're going to start figuring out what direction you want to go in, and you're almost going to say to the person you're looking to reconcile with, this is where I'm going. You can either hop on this gravy train, get on it once and for all, or you can go your other way. Because, again, I feel like a lot of you are like, I don't have time for this back and forth. I don't have time asking you for answers. What's going on? Just, come on. I'm done with the games. You want to move forward with me? Let's do it. And if not, you're flying solo. And there's nothing wrong with that. The Fool as your outcome. If you're single, this is about potential, and being fearless. So, again, don't create any fear that doesn't need to be there. Just live in the dream, right? Reality dream, if that makes sense. The Fool is about new beginnings. It's, again, about potential. So this just says there's some suitors out there. If you haven't met one, you will be meeting them soon, because this is you flying high, making things happen, being confident. Again, just kind of the overall being like having an overall, when people say that they want to meet somebody that has it all together, you're going to kind of feel like that, and you're going to present that to the universe. Yeah, you're not going to have $1 million in the bank. Yeah, you might not say the right thing all the time. Yeah, you might be, have more weight on you than what you want, whatever. But you're still going to be like the full package, because you're confident in your abilities and what you bring to the table, and you're a good person. You're somebody that anybody would, deserve, like, be grateful, and it's like you're deserving to have somebody great in your life, and you're right now just kind of going to be on top of the world through the end of August and into the next few months. You're going to feel like giving it your all, and you really are going to be like the complete package, and anybody would be lucky to have you in their life. If you're looking to reconcile, this tells me that I really don't think it's going to happen. I mean, if I'm being brutally honest, the past couple of months I've been trying to sugarcoat it, and in reality, the Fool says, look, get started again. It's the beginning of the major arcana. You're starting a new cycle. Again, I think you're going to kind of say, okay, I'm willing to compromise, but get moving or get off the pot. It's one or the other, right? And I think this is you kind of being fearless and saying, I said the same thing to Cancer, and I've said it a few times in different readings. You've got to have that fearless of, it's easier to get back into that rut, right? And I had a friend call me out on this, and I've said this before to a sign or two. I had a friend who called me out one day, and she said, you work your ass off. You raise your kid, you are, you take care of this, you help out with this, you're a part of this group, etc. She's like, and yet you are chicken shit, because this guy wants you back. You know he's not good for you. You know he's not going to change, but it's easier to get into the routine again than to be fearless. And it's easier to go back to that instead of actually being alone and finding something you want. And so I really think if you're looking to reconcile, you're going to have to be fearless, and you're going to have to say, if this isn't working, and you know if it's working or not, don't kid yourself. If it's not working, be fearless. Take the bull by the horns and say, you know what? I don't care if it takes me 2 years. There's somebody out there for me, and have fun along the way, because the potential is there. If you are looking to reconcile, I think if everything falls into place, you'll know it in your gut, and the potential will be there. But to be honest, I think the fool is saying you're only kidding yourself. So, all right, Scorpio, happy August. I'll see you in the middle of the month. Take care. Sorry for being late. Bye.